like way that it looked, and then you'd have a sun and stuff. Okay, so here's the scene, right? We've got cliff, sun, clouds, background here, and we have trees. Well, I would like randomly with the trees, I would draw one that like looked different, like maybe it was dead or something compared to the rest of them that were alive. And then my teacher told me, he said, "So, are we supposed to focus on the dead tree?" And I said, "Oh, no, I just added it there." And he said, "Okay, well, because the dead tree is different than everything else around it, it actually draws your attention to it. So if you don't want that to be the focus, you should make the other stuff like fit in with all of the other trees." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I had never considered that before because with me, I grew up in a very forested area. And, you'd have some trees falling down, you'd have some trees that were alive. I was just kind of like drawing from life. I wasn't thinking about it as like where your eye is being focused or directed. I was just trying to draw from what I had seen in life, where you would just like, sometimes you'd see a dead tree in the middle of stuff or whatever. So I was very attentive to drawing things that I had experienced and seen without thinking about direction or focus. So that was something I had to learn. You'll probably. I know I had to learn this with comics too, because like the early comics that I drew in like middle school, it was a stream of consciousness stuff where I kind of expected people to read my mind in order to understand what was going on, and that's something that I had to learn as well, like how to properly convey information, because I didn't understand why certain people just couldn't understand what I was going for, but I had to learn that. And you know what? Sometimes I still mess up. Sometimes people still get confused with it. It's why I run stuff that I make by other people to see if, they're on board with it or not. And then I can take their feedback into account. Sometimes I do change stuff. Sometimes I don't. But feedback, regardless, is very important just because you get another set of eyes on it who are looking at it in a different way. Just because people aren't on board with it doesn't mean that you need to change something, but at the same time, it can help you to better convey information that you're trying to.